morning. Thank you for joining us this morning for the SaskPower's Commercial Energy Optimization Program webinar for the First Nation communities. Thank you so much for joining us. I guess we'll just wait a minute or two to allow more participants to join. So please exercise a bit of patience while we just wait for another minute or two to get more people to join. Thank you. And again, I thank you for joining us for this webinar on the SaskPower's Commercial Energy Optimization Program, the CEOP. The objective of today's presentation is to introduce you to the CEOP and walk you through the program details, highlighting how it supports communities and commercial businesses like yours on your path to energy efficiency. My name is Lanre. I'm a conservation account manager at CLEAResult. I'm based in Regina, Saskatchewan. My colleague Prashant and I will be, facilitating today's webinar. Prashant, could you please introduce yourself?
Thank you, Lanre. Hello, everyone. My name is Prashant Perra. I'm an associate program manager with ClearResult. I'm working with the outreach and the delivery teams to bring this program over to you. So, we are excited to work with your teams, find out good opportunities to save energy at your site while you benefit from this program. So happy to meet you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Prashant. As treaty people, both indigenous and non-indigenous, we share the responsibility of stewardship of this land and the people it sustains. I would like to acknowledge that we are coming together in the traditional lands of the Cree, Soto, Dakota, Lakota, Nakota, and Dene on the territorial lands of treaties 4, 6, and 10, and the homeland of the Métis. We respect and honor the indigenous knowledge and the ancestral lands of the indigenous peoples, and we are committed to moving forward in the spirit of reconciliation and collaboration. Before we begin, let's go over a few important housekeeping items. This webinar will be recorded, and a copy of the recording will be shared with you afterwards. Participants will be muted during the session. If you have any questions, please use the Q&A function. It's located at the bottom of your screen. You can see it highlighted in red here. All questions will be addressed at the end of the webinar, and should any question remain unanswered, we will follow up with you individually via email. So here's today's agenda. Although it looks a little extensive, but we're able to cover all the topics from telling you about ClearResult to addressing your questions and feedback at the end of the session. The CEOP is funded by SaskPower, Saks Energy, and NRCAN through the Deep Retrofit Accelerator Initiative, DRAIN. It is designed to offer free energy assessment and consulting services to commercial businesses across Saskatchewan. The program helps participants to identify opportunities to reduce energy consumption and emissions and lower their energy costs. ClearResult is commissioned by SaskPower to enroll, guide, and deliver this program at no cost to eligible participants. We say thank you to NRCAN, Saks Energy, and SaskPower, particularly to Dallas Monroe, the program delivery consultant at SaskPower, and to Arsalan Asif, senior engineer of strategy and solutions. So, who is ClearResult? We are the leading provider of energy conservation and decarbonization solutions across North America, with a team of over 2,400 employees and a strong presence in over 60 cities across the US and Canada. We serve almost 300,000 customers every year. We specialize in energy consulting, audits, assessments, training, design and implementation of energy conservation measures for commercial, industrial, governments, utilities, and residential customers. We support organizations in reducing their carbon footprints each year, and we have facilitated over $1 billion in incentives for retrofit projects through the programs that we manage. We are the exclusive service delivery partner for the SaskPower CEOP program, and we are commissioned to guide participants and deliver this program at no cost to them. So, going over to the main deck, The CEOP offers three distinct service streams. The first is the Energy Support Services, ESS. Then we have the Energy Coach Services, ECS, and the Custom Incentive Services, CIS. These streams are designed to provide free energy assessment and retrofit project identification for participants. It also provides you support on project planning and the development of energy management plans, more like individualized energy management plans. It will also guide you on your project financing to explore funding, incentives, and other third-party financing opportunities for your retrofit projects. We also offer free training on energy efficiency through the periodic webinars and workshops that we organize. The goal is to help businesses evaluate their energy use, identify cost-saving opportunities, support with retrofit funding, and foster capacity development. So to give like a general overview, the first stream, the Energy Support Services, ESS, is designed for small and medium-sized commercial customers who are just beginning their energy conservation journey. This stream offers free energy assessment and consulting services to help you identify energy saving opportunities within your buildings or your facilities. We'll also discuss the opportunity register, which is more like a list of recommendations we have for you to continue to improve on energy efficiency within your facility. We'll help you develop business cases, and we also guide you to explore funding opportunities for your retrofit project. And we provide training for your staff for capacity development for them to continue to improve on the knowledge on energy conservation. The second stream, the Energy Coach Services, that's ECS, is tailored more for large commercial customers with multiple buildings within their portfolio and an annual energy consumption of about 5 gigawatts hour. This stream includes all the benefits of the first stream, that's the ESS, plus up to $30,000 in incentives for enrolling and achieving specific milestones. My colleague Prashant will do a deep dive shortly to take you through the milestones required for this stream. Additionally, this stream also offers coaching and mentoring opportunities for an identified energy champion within your organization, meaning you nominate someone within your organization that we are going to train and mentor as an energy champion. And will guide the person and equip the person with the skills to continue to monitor and implement energy efficiency initiatives within your organization. Then the last stream here is the custom incentive services. This is available to all commercial customers. It's more like an incentive package funded by SaskPower for electricity savings and Saks Energy for natural gas savings. It can be accessed as a standalone service or an addition to either the ESS or the ECS stream. The CIS offers incentives for retrofit projects based on actual energy savings, and the incentives are paid at 13 cents per kilowatt hour for non-lighting projects, 6 cents per kilowatt hour for lighting projects, and $15 per gigajoule for natural gas savings. This program covers up to 50% of project costs or a maximum of $100,000 each for each well type. Prashant, don't mind doing a deep dive of each of these streams for the attendees to better understand the services and the offerings and benefits of the streams, and also do a walkthrough for participants. Prashant, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Londre. Thanks for that great overview. So what Londre just provided was a high-level overview of the program. Now I would like to take you through a detail or a more detailed look at our three key services. Let's start with our first program, Energy Support Services. This program is specially designed for small to medium-sized commercial businesses. It's ideal for organizations that are just beginning their journey towards energy efficiency. Now let's have a look at some program offerings here. So we begin with a comprehensive site walkthrough to identify potential energy reduction opportunities at site. And then the main deliverable from that site walkthrough will be the opportunity register, which will include a list of energy saving opportunities identified at each site. So once we develop that and once we deliver that to the site, we will do a debrief of the site assessment to educate you further on the opportunities. And that really sums up the main offerings. If we have a look at some of the optional offerings, let's say you want to prioritize the projects and add timelines for completion and develop a comprehensive energy management plan, or you may even call it a roadmap to implement projects. That's one area we can certainly help you on. And then we provide support in building a business case for any projects that you choose to prioritize. It could be a project that you want to where you want to figure out financial sense, or maybe you want to figure out whether it's feasible or not. So in situations like that, we can certainly help you develop a business case. Um, we can help you identify and secure external funding opportunities at both provincial and federal levels. And as you move into the implementation phase, our team can offer technical and engineering support, including energy tracking and measurement and verification services. And finally, if you need training in specific areas related to, it could be on energy efficiency or it could be on different building systems, we offer access to professional training and technical webinars as well. Okay, so this is what the customer journey for participants in our energy support services looks like. Once you let us know your interest, we will set up an introductory call to give you a first look at the program and what it entails. And let's say you're interested to move forward and enrolling, we will then sign a letter of intent, which is a very straightforward document. Once you have successfully enrolled, we will then set up a kickoff call to introduce you to our dedicated energy expert. We can also call that person the energy coach. During that kickoff call, we will revisit the program details and schedule the upcoming facility walkthrough. And on the day of the facility walkthrough, we spend about roughly like half a day at your site. And this visit includes conducting an ASHRAE level 1 audit, if you're familiar with it. And that involves gathering data and brainstorming ideas with your team, walking through the facility to inspect various building systems like HVAC, lighting, building envelope, boilers, etc. And then the core idea is to identify all potential opportunities to reduce energy usage at site. After the site visit, we will compile our findings into a comprehensive report known as the opportunity register. And that document or that register will have a range of opportunities from low or no cost options to larger capital upgrades. Once we deliver this document to you, we will do a debrief of the opportunities or the opportunity register. And then beyond the site assessment, we offer several optional services that includes developing a business case, training webinars, all of which I covered on the previous slide. All right, so next, let's talk about our energy coach services. Now, this is a one-year program. We typically recommend this program for organizations with larger sites that are more, and also like sites that are more advanced in their energy efficiency journey. Generally, this applies to organizations whose sites collectively consume more than 5 gigawatt hours annually. Um, However, it's not a strict requirement. Let's say your organization is near this threshold and is actively working on energy reduction opportunities, you might still be a great fit for energy coach services. And we are more than happy to accommodate such cases. The main advantage is that it includes all the offerings of the energy support services, which is what I covered on the previous slides, plus several additional benefits. For an example, um, participants can earn up to $30,000 based on achieving specific milestones, which I will go through on the next slide. And the focus of these incentives is to train an internal energy champion at your organization. And this individual, the energy champion, will receive specialized training from one of our dedicated energy experts, also known as the energy coach, so that the energy champion can become an energy expert in energy management down the line. Um, Other offerings in the energy coach services include a comprehensive site walkthrough and assessment to find out energy saving opportunities, the development of an energy management plan, which could be used as a roadmap to implement energy saving opportunities that we have identified, assistance in creating business cases for selected projects and identifying external funding opportunities. And then there will be a lot of support throughout the implementation phase as well. We also provide support on measurement and verification. That also includes the development of a unique energy model for your site using a software called Red Screen. And finally, just like the previous service, we give access to technical webinars and workshops covering topics such as stakeholder engagement, ISO 50001 Ready certification, recognition, red screen training, and other building systems. So it's fair to say that we cover a range of offerings through energy coach services, in addition to what we usually provide through energy support services. Okay, so I spoke about a $30,000 milestone incentive payment that's available through this service. And this slide shows the breakdown of that. Um, and as you can see, like each milestone is weighed differently with varying incentive amounts based on different tasks that you complete. And you have the option of completing these milestones anytime within a 1 year program period. And we process the payments on a quarterly basis. So let's have a look at how the incentive payments are structured. Milestone one. So if you sign up, complete the kickoff call, and respond to the initial data request that we make, you will earn $5,000 right off the bat. Milestone two involves, so I spoke about this energy management plan that we hope to create after the site visit, which you can use as a roadmap to implement your project. So once you complete that plan, we provide an additional $4,000. Um, Under milestone three, we will look at developing a business case or two based on projects in the energy management plan. And once you have that in place, we will process the next payment of $4,000. Milestone four involves developing a unique energy model using the Red Screen software. So once that's completed, you will earn another $4,000. Milestone five. So this is where the largest incentive comes in. To receive this, you need to implement at least one project from the energy management plan. This could be a single capital intensive project or multiple low no cost opportunities or projects. So once you complete the identified project, you will receive another $7,000. Milestone six. So I spoke about various workshops and webinars that we're hoping to conduct throughout the program. And we're hoping to do this on a quarterly basis. And if you or the energy champion in training participates in three or more within the program period, within the 1 year program period, that will qualify you for another $2,500. Lastly, so at the end of the year, we are hoping to compile a report highlighting the progress that each site has made. It could be like highlighting successes, lessons learned, savings. All that information will be compiled into that report. So once you complete that report towards the end of the program, that will earn you the final payment of $3,500. Now, one thing I want to highlight is that, this may seem like a lot to tackle within a 1 year period. You don't need to worry. The reason I'm saying that is because we will be handling most of the heavy lifting to complete these milestones. From your side, what we really expect is a commitment to engage with us actively and share the necessary data and information in a timely manner, which is very important. So if we have that collaboration going, that will really allow us to achieve these milestones easily and smoothly, and that will result in maximizing the incentives for your organization through our program. Next, so this is what the customer journey for energy quote services look like. Once you let us know your interest, we will set up an introductory call to give you or provide you with a similar overview of the program. And let's say you decide to move forward after that, the next step will be to sign a participant agreement. Once the agreement is signed by the participant site and SaskPower, we will schedule a kickoff call with your dedicated energy coach. And during that call, you will discuss the program more in detail, share site specific data, and plan for the upcoming site visit. From there, we proceed with the steps similar to those that I outlined in the energy support services. So we conduct a comprehensive walkthrough, we develop an opportunity register and an energy management plan. After the plan is created, or after the energy management plan is created, the energy coach will set up regular check-ins with the team, and this typically happens like on a monthly basis. And in those calls, like the energy coach will go through the plan to see if you're making the right progress, and also to figure out what kind of support you may need to move the needle on certain projects. Maybe it could be engineering support, technical support. We will get to know what those needs are through our monthly check-ins. In parallel, we will also develop a detailed energy model for your site. I spoke about a model that we're hoping to create using the Red Screen software. So that's what I'm referring to here. And then we can we can help support you to create business cases for potential projects. We conduct webinars and workshops to enhance your team's knowledge. We will do all that while we process the milestone incentive payments, which will be done on a quarterly basis, like I mentioned before. The final step in this journey, or in energy coach services journey, is to compile a comprehensive energy management report at the end of the year, which once again is something we will be doing most of the work on. The key takeaway, I would say, when it comes to the energy coach services, is that the participants will receive a lot of training and financial incentives while working, they get an opportunity to work closely with a dedicated energy expert or the energy coach. You will have access to a lot of ongoing support, and that will ensure that your organization will not only learn but also implement energy efficiency measures that we have identified in our energy management plan. Okay, so the third and the final service we offer is called custom incentive services. As Lauren mentioned, this service is independent of the other two services that we discussed. That means you can benefit from these incentives whether or not you're enrolled in the energy support services or energy coach services. Um, what we do here is that we provide rewards for capital upgrades based on electrical and natural gas savings. Um, for non-lighting electrical projects, the incentive rate is 13 cents per kWh saved. For lighting projects, the rate is 6 cents per kWh saved. And for natural gas savings, the incentive is $15 per gigajoule saved. And to be eligible, the project must be implemented at a commercial facility, and the capital upgrade must result in a minimum incentive of $1,500 based on the savings achieved. Um, there is a maximum incentive that you can receive as well. There's a cap of at $100,000 per fuel type, or 50% of the eligible project cost, whichever is lower. So let's say you have projects that involves both electrical and natural gas savings. You could qualify up to $200,000 in cases like that. One important requirement that I wish to outline here is that you must apply to the program before purchasing equipment and starting any installation, and that will ensure that your project is pre-approved and eligible for incentives. Okay, now let's go through the customer journey for that applies to custom incentive services. Sorry, this service involves two approvals. Like one is the pre-approval and the second is the post-approval to qualify for incentives. If you're interested in participating, the very first step is to contact us. We will provide a participant agreement for you to sign. Along with the participant agreement, you will need to submit an incentive workbook, which is a document that is available on the program's website. The incentive workbook is a tool where you can enter details about your project. It will automatically calculate the estimated incentives based on your inputs. After you submit the application package, and that includes the participant agreement I spoke about before, and the incentive workbook, our technical team will do a technical review, and if everything is in order, we can go ahead and countersign the agreement, um, and issue a pre-approval notice. And this notice will confirm that the estimated incentives are finalized after our internal review. Once you receive the pre-approval notice from our end, you can go ahead with the project implementation, and that basically completes the pre-approval process. For the post-approval process, after you complete the project, you will need to submit documentation confirming that the project is completed. Um, then once again, we will conduct another technical review to make sure that everything is in place and everything has been installed according to the original plan and scope. And if everything is in place in that after that technical review, and if after all the information is verified, we will issue a post project approval, um, which will have the finalized amount um, of uh, of the incentives that you're eligible to receive. And then um, we will issue this payment in form of a check, and that completes the post approval process. Um, so this process will ensure that projects are thoroughly vetted before and after implementation, maximizing the benefits and ensuring compliance with program requirements. One key thing to remember here is that the applications must be submitted um, before purchasing equipment and starting installation. to be eligible to receive any incentive at all through this service. Okay, so I mentioned before that we will explore various external funding opportunities to financially support your projects. One of these options is the building retrofits um, initiative introduced by the Canada Infrastructure Bank. What we do here is we collaborate with agencies and other financial partners to allow you to implement capital upgrades without any initial investment, meaning there is zero upfront cost, and you repay this cost of the upgrade either through like savings that you generate or through other established mechanisms over a period of 5 to 20 years, depending on the contract terms. This funding mechanism leverages the public-private equity model offered by the Canadian Infrastructure Bank, designed to facilitate large-scale energy projects. This program is particularly suitable for upgrades in a single building or across a portfolio, and for projects that requires more than $1 million in investment. This might be something good to look into after you have developed the energy management plan and prioritize the capital projects. Once you have completed that stage, you can connect with your energy coach to inquire more about this program and discuss on the way forward. Um, so yeah, so that really sums up the program offerings. Um, Now that we have covered uh, the program offerings and the overview of the three program services, let's have a look at the results that you can commonly expect by enrolling in programs of this nature. So to do that, I invite Londre to walk us through some case studies. Yep. So Londre, floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you, Prashant. Um, so like Prashant mentioned, let's briefly review some of our previous case studies. Although these are not directly related to the CEOP, but they highlight the significant impact our energy conservation strategies have with our clients. The first case study here is it involves a city energy conservation project. We conducted a comprehensive assessment for the city of about 63,000 residents. We identified 41 energy conservation measures and completed 31 of them. A dual 333 kilowatts combined heat and power unit was installed at the center that was consuming nearly 33% of the city's energy, thereby reducing carbon emissions and energy costs. This cogeneration system achieved an annual savings of $372,000 and a 7-year payback period. The second case studies is for a public school district. Here we assessed the energy saving opportunities for the growing school district. We recommended enhanced HVAC systems, upgraded their lighting, implemented energy management practices within the district, and ultimately we achieved a 10% reduction in energy use, decreased operating costs, and this led to a remarkable 400% growth in student enrollment. These are a few examples of energy saving initiatives we could recommend for your facilities, which may include band-owned buildings or offices, schools, recreation centers, medical facilities, retail locations, repurposed buildings, and other properties, whether privately owned or band-owned. Our recommendations could include upgrading your lighting to LED and installing occupancy sensors, implementing advanced HVAC controls, and ensuring regular maintenance of your AC units, your boilers, your heat pumps, improving building insulation and installing energy efficient windows to enhance your building envelope. Can also install daylight controls, recommend the installation of daylight controls, and optimize natural lighting usage. We can recommend the use of sustainable building materials for your renovations. It could also include the installation of advanced building management systems and promoting behavioral changes that encourage energy conservation. We are confident that these initiatives will significantly reduce energy consumption, lower your operating cost, and enhance overall efficiency at your facilities. Now, all relevant documents, including the ones Prashant mentioned earlier, for the CEOP, are available on SaskPower's official website. These resources are intended for commercial customers only. Please visit www.saskpower.com and search CEOP, then navigate through the resources. You'll see all the relevant documents there. And again, this slide deck will be shared with you for easy access to any of the documents you would like to review. So, the next steps to proceed with the commercial energy optimization program, just follow this simple step. First, send us an email at saskpowerceop@clearresult.com. I'll take that again, saskpowerceop@clearresult.com, with your organization's name and address. Then just express your interest in enrolling for the program. They will reach out to you to schedule a call to discuss the opportunities again and determine the best fit for your organization. Our team will guide you through the enrollment process, and all aspects of the program implementation will give you full support for enrolling and kickstarting the program. So, I think, Prashant, we may just take a look at the Q&A section to see if we have questions that we can address.
Yeah,
Okay, I think
thank
we
you,
have a lot of
Dominic.
questions. Yeah.
Yes, so let's go through the questions in the chat, and then there are a few other Q&As we would like to bring up as well. So the first question that we have received is from Douglas on the custom incentive services. Our community is north of Buffalo Narrows, Saskatchewan. We have propane in this section. You mentioned natural gas, and there is no natural gas availability here. Will this incentive be managed for savings with propane units in place of natural gas incentive? So yeah, so Doug, the question that Douglas has is whether like other fuel sources outside natural gas is eligible to receive incentives. So the CEOP currently incentivizes electric and natural gas savings only. And this is something we might want to address with them, with SaskPower and Sask Energy, to see whether we can incentivize other fuel sources. So it's something we might want to discuss internally and get back to you on. But for the time being, we only incentivize on electrical and natural gas savings only. So yeah, so and then there are a few other Q&As questions. I think it makes sense to we can go through. So the first, the other question that we have is, are there any costs associated with participating in the energy support services? The answer is no. These services are coming to you at no cost or free of charge. The goal of this program is to ultimately drive commercial businesses towards more energy efficient operations, and we want you to do that with the least amount of burden, which is why these services are coming to you at no cost. The next question is, our annual consumption is less than 5 gigawatt hours across our facilities. Can we still apply to the energy coach services? So I mentioned that we usually recommend energy coach services for large businesses and organizations, and one criteria we go by is the 5 gigawatt hour threshold. So although that is recommended to meet the annual consumption minimum of 5 gigawatt hours, you can still, let's say you're nearing that threshold, and we are more than happy to accommodate cases like that, and we will enroll you to the program. So in order to in order to decide on that, please reach out to us and so that we can discuss it internally and see the best way forward. But we are more than happy to accommodate or enroll sites which consume less than 5 gigawatt hours.
Yeah. Thank you,
Laundry,
Prashant. I think I should take the next question. What type of energy efficiency projects are eligible to receive incentives through the CIS? Well, I would say that you can receive incentives for projects as long as they yield energy savings. And this could be electricity savings or natural gas savings. As long as your projects yield energy savings, you're eligible to apply for the CIS. And a few examples could include upgrades to LED lighting, installation of variable frequency drives, high efficiency rooftop units, installing occupancy sensors, you know, as long as your retrofit projects will yield savings, electricity savings or natural gas savings, they are eligible to enroll in the CIS. And of course, our team will guide you through once you express your interest. Let me take the next question. For the CIS program, how long does it take to submit an application and how long does it take to receive approval? Well, I would say both the application process and the review timelines might differ depending on the nature of the application, but generally, it takes about 2 to 5 hours to complete your application. You can find it on the SaskPower's website. And of course, if you're having a challenge with filling out your application, our team, please reach out to us. Our team will guide you through filling the application. Then typically it takes between 2 to 3 weeks for the review. We'll get back to you on that. So typically 2 to 5 hours to fill the application, 2 to 3 weeks to review and get back to you. Okay. Prashant, you want to take the next question?
Yes, the next question that I wish to bring up is, are companies with industrial and commercial facilities eligible to apply to this program? Yes, they are. However, only commercial facilities are eligible to make use of the services provided through energy support services and energy coach services. Additionally, the custom incentive service offering is also only available for projects taking place at a commercial facility. Another common question that anyone could have is, how do I determine whether my facility is classified as a commercial facility or industrial facility? Commercial facilities are primarily used for business activities involving the provision of services or the sale of goods. Examples are office building, retail stores, restaurants, hotels, recreational centers, multifamily residential buildings, schools, healthcare facilities, and public, indigenous, and institutional buildings. All those sites qualify as commercial facilities. In contrast, industrial facilities are used for manufacturing, processing goods, or extracting raw materials. And a few examples there could include factories, processing plants, and mining operations. The next question is, what is the typical timeline for receiving my energy coach services milestone incentive? We're hoping to pay out incentives on a quarterly basis, and we expect them to be completed in the order that I presented earlier. If completed in a timely manner, we expect for the entire incentive to have been paid out. That is the $30,000 amount, and we hope to pay that out within the 1 year program period of being, which starts from the day that you enroll in the energy coach services.
Okay.
Laundry, would you like to?
Okay. Yeah, I think it's a common question, typical question we also get is, what's the maximum incentive I can receive for my project through the CIS program? Now, the CIS program provides up to a maximum of $100,000 in incentives for projects that yield electricity savings and another $100,000 for projects that yield natural gas savings. So you have a maximum incentive of about $200,000 available for you through the CIS. I think another typical question we get is, what do I need to submit with my CIS application in order to receive approval? Generally, when you send us an email to express your interest through our outreach email, that's CEOP at CLEAResult.com, our team will reach out to you to guide you through the application process. Typically, you'll be required to submit your project scope and, the custom incentive calculator sheet, which is available on the SaskPower's website. If there are other, documents or uh, details you need to submit along with your application, our team will guide you through that process. And once we receive approval for your submissions, we'll send you a copy of the participant agreement to sign off. And once that is signed, we can commence the implementation of the retrofit projects. I guess, okay, let me see. I think there's one other typical question we get, and that's, can I apply for multiple technologies under one CIS application? And the answer to that is yes. You may apply for multiple technologies under the CIS program. Um, this could include your, LED lighting upgrades, your HVAC upgrades, your building envelope upgrades, as long as they yield energy savings. You can apply for multiple technologies under one CIS application. Okay, Prashant, do we have more questions?
Yes. So this is from Marilyn. The question is for municipalities and First Nations communities. It sounds like the program would apply to any municipal facilities that include schools, rings, etc. Is this correct? Is there any opportunity to develop a community-wide plan that would also apply to residents within the community, that is energy audits for homes, training, etc.? So, Madeline, this is strictly for commercial facilities. So the answer to your question is no. We can't include any like residential units. Like we do, but on the same note, multifamily residential units do qualify to receive these offerings. But other than that, this is strictly for commercial facilities, and I've outlined a few examples. And the examples you have here are perfect: schools, rings, all those qualify. So yeah, it is a commercial focus, a program that focuses on commercial facilities.
Yeah, maybe to add to that also, Prashant, we also have a separate team, our residential team, that can support with energy audits for homes and trainings. If you reach out to us on SaskPower CEOP at ClearResult.com, we'll guide you to the appropriate team to take that on with you.
Yeah, and Dallas actually added a good comment. So band-owned housing may apply. So it's something that you can address with us, and we will consider it like on a case-by-case basis. Any
Yeah.
other questions?
Then again, I think I should also have that if you enroll in the ECS and you nominate one of your staff members as the energy champion, the program also includes training that energy champion and giving him that capacity to, hopefully help, the community to implement, energy audits for homes or, other further trainings for residents within the community or for businesses within the community. So the energy champion will be more like, trained and coached to continue to preach the energy conservation gospel, more like. So other than is running a separate program for your energy audits for homes and training, your energy champion too will be trained to continue to implement energy conservation initiatives within the community.
Yeah, we have another question, and that's we are considering adding solar to a few buildings. Would this program help support these projects? The answer to that is no. Any project that involves renewable energy generation will not qualify to receive incentives through the services that we have. Any other questions? We still have 8 more minutes to go. You can either drop your question in the chat or raise your hand. You can I'll unmute you so you can speak to the, you can share the question with us.
Just a reminder, like we mentioned earlier, a copy of this slide deck will be shared with you, so you can make reference to all the presentations we've made today.
Yeah, I think we can wrap up, Alondre. So
Okay.
please feel, you can, you see the contact details here. Please feel free to send your inquiries, questions through an email, and we'll get back to you the earliest. Yeah. So looking
Thank you.
forward to working with
Thank
your teams
you
going
so
forward.
much, Prashant, and thank you everyone once again for attending this webinar. We look forward to working with you to, supporting you and guiding you through your energy efficiency journey. Please send us an email at SaskPowerCEOP@CLEAResult.com if you have further questions or you want to learn more about the CEOP and how you can help your organization to save on energy. Please reach out to us and we'll get back to you to schedule a call and guide you through the application process. As mentioned earlier, a copy of this slide deck will be sent to all attendees. We look forward to supporting your energy efficiency journey. Thank you once again for joining us and have a wonderful day ahead.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.